Hey everybody out there, Chris and Mike here, and welcome back to another Dark Avenger Comic Book review! In this video we are going to be discussing the books that came out of Marvel for the week of April 23rd, 2014. Guys, this is the first year that there has been a whole bunch of news that came out of C2E2, like big news, like stuff that I was expecting to hear at San Diego Comic-Con. But lots of stuff is coming out. If you haven't checked out all the news, you can check it out at Comic Frontline. And we're going to be discussing this, I'm sure. This is a week where a lot of us are going to be discussing this news, for sure. Right. But we got lots of things that are coming out from the big two. Let's get into the books, though, because that's what the show is about. The books, the news, like I said, is always on Comic Frontline or on the podcast. Look forward to me talking about a lot of the news that came out of C2E2 on this week's It's a Podcast, or It's Bird, It's Plants podcast. It's a podcast. It's the short version of it. Empire of the Dead, issue number 4. This issue, I feel like it kind of developed the zombie characters more. It got you into the head of the zombies. I mean, they do have Paul and the Doctor still, who and also I swear I'm gonna make this a topic on one of my podcasts. Also, the fact that these covers from Marvel Comics, and it's only Marvel, guys. I've tried every other comic you can imagine. I've sweat on them. I've tried to pull the ink. Only the Marvel Comics do this, and it's getting to the point where it's literally frustrating.
And it's parental advisory also, not for kids.
It's an adult book.
Right.
But anyway, you have Agent Xavier, who's the zombie. She saves this little girl from being eaten by another zombie, and this little girl makes friends with her. And you have the mayor, who's trying to seduce the Doctor, and Paul actually comes in at the nick of time to save her, because I think he wants to turn her to his side, which he's a vampire. Also, you have these, I forgot who she was exactly. These people who are looking to make do a job, basically, to steal. You got the police who aren't in the P district, whatever that is, and there are zombies everywhere. You got the zombies who are trying to make their way into the city.
Looks sketchy, the artwork, kind of.
The artwork's very good. It fits this
like,
book,
like in a good way sketchy, yeah, not in a bad way, no.
And then you have Xavier and the leader of the zombies who wants to come, who want to fight back against the humans. They're all now going towards the city with this little girl. And that's really the gist of this book. I'm enjoying it because it, expands on Night of the Living Dead. It moves the story forward, and George A. Romero's writing is really good. I'm really enjoying this series. I say it's up to you guys, but personally, I'm enjoying it. The fact that this is called Act 1 leads me to believe there will be an Act 2, possibly 3. Who knows? But for an Act 1, this is an awesome opening act to the comic series. There is a Night of the Living Dead comic series. I forget what company brings it out, and I'm sure somebody will comment below about that. Maybe Nick. Nick probably will know. Or actually, Jay might know. But there is a company that releases Night of the Living Dead books from time to time. I don't believe George A. Romero is a part of that. He might be. I don't know. I have no idea where to even start with those books. So this is the best continuation from Night of the Living Dead, in my opinion. I've never read the Night of the Living Dead comics. But I will make note that there are Night of the Living Dead comics and spin-offs from that series out there, not from Marvel. Brief mention for Spider-Man, Spirit Spider team-ups. This is issue number 12. This is the final issue. Everybody was asking and wondering, will this be the last issue? Will they rename it? Most likely they will. Spider-Man will have another team-up book at some point, again, just not for a while, obviously. And we find out that there was this rivalry that went on between Doc Ock and Norman Osborn ever since Norman Osborn killed the woman he loved, and it raged all the way back to present day, where Doc Ock relives everything that happened since the girl her name was Mary Alice Anders. Ever since she died, basically having to be better and trying to up his game so that he could kill Spider-Man before Norman Osborn and take away from Norman Osborn what Norman Osborn took away from him. And the artwork in this book is really, really good, by the way.
Absolutely.
And it goes, like I said, all the way to present day. But then at the end of the book, where
that's nice.
Doc Ock said to beat Norman Osborn and to save at least somebody he loves, he has to let go. And that's when, in the last 2 pages, well, starting right here, actually, Peter Parker starts narrating, because this is going on inside Doc Ock's head while Superior Spider-Man 30 was going on. And it has Pete taking over, saying, I saw all his memories. I don't condole anything he's done, but now I at least understand it more. And in the end, he did really beat Doc Ock through science. And then you see Peter Parker is now back as the Amazing Spider-Man. So this was a good kind of addition to Goblination, while at the same time kind of a true farewell to Doc Ock.
It's like a side story, more or less, from what I saw.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of more of a background between Norman Osborn and Doc Ock. I liked it. Did you have to read it? No. Am I regretting that I bought this? No. It was a really nice series, and I did enjoy reading the 2-part finale for Superior Spider-Man team-ups. We'll see if there'll be a new Spider-Man series at some point. Yep. By the way, guys, these books are in no order because, honestly, I didn't not like anything this week.
Yeah, there was no
from
disappointments.
Marvel.
Even when I read them, no disappointments.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic Four, issue number 3. Johnny Storm can no longer flame on.
What?
He lost his powers because of what happened at the end of the last issue. Reed Richards promises Johnny that he's going to find a way to give him his powers back. And Johnny kind of says in a nice way, "Thanks, Reed, but I'm not going to hold my breath." And he says, "I don't mean that to be mean. I mean it because you've been trying to cure Ben for so many years and you've yet to find a cure for Ben. But at the same time, if anybody can get me my powers back, I know you can." And that's really it. And everybody's making sure Johnny's okay because he lost his powers. We have somebody who's stalking Ben Grimm. Reed is looking into these creatures and trying to find out what they are. Sue is bringing a class on a deep sea lesson with Namor. Namor's in the book for like cameos, no talking, of course. We get to see the letter that Valeria left for her mother when she left with Dr. Doom, or to live in Latveria with Dr. Doom. She wants to make him a better man, which, yeah, good luck, Valeria. You're going to learn real fast that that's just not happening. And then Reed Richards finds out what the creatures are and tells, because the rest, he has only a few. S.H.I.E.L.D. took the rest of the creatures, and Nick Fury Jr., or they call him Nick Fury, said that they're trying to figure out a way to destroy them because they're dangerous. And Reed actually calls him and says, "Don't do it. Stop even testing on ways to kill them." And he explains why, and if you want to know why, read the book. And then, now this is the part of the book where I'm going to spoil the ending, but there's a reason for it. It leads into something we've read already. Ben and Johnny, well, basically Ben, because Johnny has no powers, come face to face with the Wrecking... Oh, what was it? What did they call it? The Wreckers. However, it's not the Wreckers, and this kind of made me chuckle in the end, and I'm going to explain why. He comes face to face with the fearsome, or the Frightful Four. Now, the reason this made me laugh, and I'm sure anybody who read the Superior Carnage miniseries, the Superior Carnage series basically made a joke of the Frightful Four. It's basically, I forgot who, the Wizard trying to get a team together to rule the world, or at least to rule New York, or whatever, and he has dementia, which the symbiote cured at the end of the Superior Carnage series. However, I look at this and I laughed at the last page. I'm like, God, this guy was a joke the last time that he was introduced. Now, I know he's been cured, so he's not going to be a joke anymore. But at the same time, I kind of chuckled. But it's going to be interesting to see the Wreckers as the Frightful Four. That's going to be very interesting. And Original Sin is really playing heavily into the... For those of you that read the first issue, you know we were in the future where everything went wrong. And it's going to be very interesting to see how everything got that way. And it's all connected to Original Sin, which we do have issue 0, and we will be talking about that.
I will be reviewing it. Or he will.
We will.
Oh, we. Okay.
Now, Guardians of the Galaxy, issue number 14 is a double-sized, the 100th Guardians of the Galaxy issue. I believe that's what they were saying. However, this was a very quick read because in this book you got Groot's origin, how he came to be out in space. And then you get a little bit of a continuation of the story. Basically, Pete's father, or Star-Lord's father...
There's heavy dialogue.
Heavy dialogue. Lots of action in the beginning of the book. So basically, Peter's dad, Jason of Spartax, has all of the individual members of the Guardians of the Galaxy dealt with or taken care of throughout this entire issue. And Peter Quill is now a prisoner of the Spartax army. However, Venom is with Drax, and Venom's left behind, so Venom's out there somewhere on an alien world. So Venom is still not captured. There's a reason for this. But all the other Guardians of the Galaxy have been captured or imprisoned by somebody. Angela's nowhere to be found.
The Venom you talk about is Flash Venom.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And Jason now has Peter Quill as his prisoner, and nobody's coming to save him because basically, like his father said, everybody's been taken care of and nobody's going to come and save you. However, the last page has Captain Marvel on the way. So we all know that Venom and Captain Marvel are rumored, well, not rumored, they will be joining the Guardians of the Galaxy team. So obviously it's going to be up to Venom and Captain Marvel to save Peter. Now, there is a connection. We found out through C2E2, and this is why I brought up C2E2, that the Marvel 100, the hundreds, the one-shots, all take place 100 years from now, in the year 3014. And it involves a darker Earth. And in this book, we get the Guardians of the a little look into the Guardians of the Galaxy in the year 3014, and I'll show you guys who the Guardians of the Galaxy are. I'm not going to give you guys the story. You got to read this book, and obviously that they gave us a little bit of a glimpse into the future and a character that might have to come into the past and more time traveling. However, the 100 years later, apparently they're saying that all the time traveling has screwed up the time stream, and basically in 3014 they're caught in a loop where the Guardians of the Galaxy are winning the war. However, it repeats, it starts up again, and they have to fight the war all over again, so they have to go back in time to fix whatever caused this problem in the time stream. So this might be Marvel's way of fixing their continuity. However, it's going to cost us all about $5 an issue, or we don't even know how much the 100 #1s are yet. I don't know if they've mentioned how much they are, but there's going to be a bunch of 100 one-shots. There's Spider-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers, Hulk. I know there are quite a number of them, and this is a little mini event that they're going to be doing throughout the month of July. This was a nice glimpse into the future, though. It does have me interested in seeing what's going to happen in Guardians of the Galaxy 100 issue number, the one-shot. Daredevil issue number 2. Daredevil meets his first adversary, or not really an adversary, like he was like the vigilante of San Angeles? Or San Francisco? I'm trying to remember where. California, whatever. He's in California right now. San Francisco, I think. And he thinks that Matt Murdock is there now, and he's taking over his territory. He's going to be the new hero. Everybody's going to forget about, oh god, what's this guy's name? The Shroud. And he actually goes to find Matt Murdock, and he's a little bit crazy. And we find out that the Owl is going to be playing a part at some point in the Daredevil series. But right now it's him versus the Shroud, and the Shroud has like these mystical powers, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of Batman, and I'll tell you why. This is the Shroud's past. His parents were both killed by a mugger. He then trained to become a police officer, but then saw Spider-Man and all the other superheroes and aspired to be something more, higher. So he goes off to the cult of the Kali, where he learns where magicians, sorcerers, and all that teach him the how to command the shadows and the darkness at the cost of his eyes. So he is also blind. So now Shroud wants to take out Daredevil, or at least send him back to where he came from. He said, "This is my turf. You're in the wrong place." And then he's like, and then Daredevil says, "Well, basically, I could just throw you in jail." And he's like, "Yeah, you can, but I have all these people that I've taken into custody who are running this cartel or this stuff. Let me go, follow me, and I'll show you where the new kingpin or the new boss is. And Daredevil's like, fine, no problem. And the artwork, by the way, is really, really nice. So Daredevil follows him. And we get a little bit more about Foggy. You have to find out there. I don't know. Something's telling me something's up with oh God. Her name, McDuffie, his partner. Why did I forget her name? I had her name in my mind the whole time I was reading this. Kristen. I didn't even have to look. I remembered it. Something makes me question Kristen just a little bit. I don't know why. But then we find out who the new crime boss is, and his name is Shroud. So, and it's to be continued right there. And this is a really nice issue. I left out a bunch of dialogue. There's a nice little table scene in the middle of the book, conversations talking about, Daredevil being in California. I like this book. I love it. I cannot say enough good things about it. The artwork's amazing. The writing's amazing. I swear, from a person who never had any interest at all ever in Daredevil, I'm definitely hooked on this series from the previous volume. Next up is Mike's book.
Yes.
Give me a break.
All New Invaders, issue number 4. Captain America and his team are at the Kree homeland to...
That's a nice cover, though. I will say that.
Absolutely. To save Namor. We get a little bit of a wartime that happened back in 1944 where Captain America and his other team are fighting, somewhere else where actually Namor helped them out. And just want to show this beautiful splash page right here. The artwork is just really just that amazing. So then it gets to now with the Kree homeland that they have to now fight Icarus, who was the first eternal race to be enslaved by the God's Whisper. And they're going to basically fight off against him as the issue keeps going. And as they fight against him, they claim that Bucky, he died, but he really didn't. So then Namor comes in the picture and helps basically fight alongside with Captain America and Jim Hammond, who's the Human Torch. And that's really all it is, really. Just like a whole... What?
Yeah, no, I was going to say, funny enough, this book came with 2 stickers.
Oh.
That was funny. I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, so, basically after all that, Icarus, he doesn't want to, hurt anyone. He's trying, not to hurt, and then Captain America and everyone's, saying, just try to snap out of it. So, we find out that Bucky actually didn't die, and here's a spoiler right here. He goes to the Vision and says, time to work.
It's the Vision?
Yeah, that's the Vision.
Okay.
Or I believe that's the Vision. I mean, that's where I remember, really.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, if it's not, you can comment below, but I'm pretty sure it is. But, I did leave out a bunch of stuff, but, it was an average read, and I actually am very interested to find out more stuff of what's going to happen. And that's basically it.
Alright, so we got this book to see if we were going to be interested. We were not interested in Infinity. We were not interested in Age of Ultron. Mm-hmm. So now we are at the point where we are in the new series, Original Sin. The last time we ended up getting a universe-wide crossover. It was AVX. It ended ridiculously, and now we're going to be going into another series in the fall that's AVX-esque, but not...
XX?
No. I'm saying it's esque means it's like that, but it's not
so it's,
that.
Oh, okay.
That's not the name of the series. I'll talk about what the series is on the
way
podcast.
You said it, it sounds
But it's going to be along the lines of X-Men and Avengers again. But that's not for now. For now, we're talking about the miniseries that's going to be going on until the fall, because it's going to be 2 issues a month, and it's 8 issues-ish each. So that means 2, 4, 6, 8. It's going to be 4 months. It's starting May, June, July, August, September. So this is ending, and we're going right into the next event. Original Sin, issue 0. I read this. I wasn't, I I gave it to you and you had no expectations. I had low expectations going in on this book. I didn't expect to like it. I was going to just write this series off as the next miniseries that I was not interested in. However, I was pleasantly surprised with the fact that I grew to really like
The Watcher?
Owatu, or Owata, however you pronounce his name. Iwata?
Yeah, and that's The Watcher.
And The Watcher, yeah. I grew to like The Watcher, and after... this is basically like an extra Nova issue, if you really think about it. And Nova kind of asks the Avengers the question that nobody... By the way, again, with the comics, this is what I meant.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah, but I like when he goes to the Avengers just asking, why does the Watcher do
Why does he watch?
Does?
Yeah, why does he watch and why doesn't he get involved? What's this, what's that? And they're like, that's funny. We never thought of that. Yeah, Marvel's only been around for, what, 60, 70 years? We never thought about asking the Watcher why he watches. So, what does Samuel Alexander do? He goes to the Watcher's Tower. And he asks him. I mean, why the hell not, right? I mean... He's friends with the Watcher. He made friends with the Watcher at the beginning of the Nova series. And the Watcher actually shows him what he watches. And he shows him the past where his father believed that they should get involved and save, pass their knowledge on. And then when it backfired on the father, he realized that never again, we will only watch from now on. And, oh God, his name is so hard. The Watcher basically is trying to convince his father that, don't let this destroy your thoughts. And he's like, nope, we're done, and that's it. And then he shows Sam everything he watches. Nice. This is wow. And there's the possibility where his sister was going to become a Nova. There's like everything from the beginning of the Marvel Universe. If you look through this book,
helmet kept going off like something was dangerous.
He was in danger.
Yeah.
He was stuck in a time stream. The Watcher's Tower is inside of a time stream where he can go anywhere he wants. And he could die. Without the Nova suit, he would die.
Right.
That's what the suit was warning him about. And he's like, there's just too much information. What do you focus on? And it always goes back to, in every reality, he goes back to the scene with his father to see if in one reality it worked. And so far, in no reality, it's worked. His father has always, since the dawn of time, his father has failed. In every single reality. And Sam's like, I'm sorry. And then before he leaves, he has one other question, which I thought was really, really nice. Like, I know you can't answer. I know you're supposed to only watch. I know you can't interfere, but my dad, I just want to know, is he? And the Watcher says nothing for a while, and then he's like, okay, I think I'm just going to go. I need to know. And the Watcher's like, he's alive. And Sam leaves, and he's excited. He's like, yes, my dad is alive, and he's out there somewhere. And he brought the Watcher this meteorite. It was a piece of the
Avengers vs. X-Men from the
Avengers vs. X-Men where they defeated the Phoenix.
Yeah, the Phoenix. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's where he got from.
And he leaves it in his trophy room and he kind of walks off. And then Original Sin, they say, starting this May, which is in 2 weeks, next Wednesday is April 30th, so in 2 weeks, Avengers 29, Avengers 30, Mighty Avengers 10, Deadpool 29, all will be connected to Original Sin, and Original Sin 1 and 2 are coming out.
Right.
Out of these books, Mike and I are going to grab maybe a handful. Mighty Avengers I'm not really interested in. Deadpool you're reading. Avengers I might jump into, just for the story arc, because I miss reading the Avengers. So what did you think about this book? Initially this was your book, but I decided to try it.
To be honest with you, I really found this book to be more focused on the origin of the Watcher. I never really knew about the Watcher. I've read the What If comic books, but I really want to know,
yeah, that's where the Watcher shined, in the What Ifs.
And I just wanted to know about him. And after reading this book, it was really interesting. It grabbed my interest.
And now you don't want him to die, but somebody's going to try to kill him.
I know, and I just wanted... It's just really an amazing comic book. I mean, the artwork, and all the stories and everything.
But it adds more people on the suspect list on who killed him.
Well, you don't think it's the Punisher?
No, it's not the Punisher. I mean, they brought in his father. There's alternate realities. There's a bunch of other people out there. And we got Beast during the all-new X-Men special. That's a possibility.
Yeah, it might be. But who knows? I mean, it could be anybody. Maybe it could be somebody that we don't suspect.
My only worry with Original Sin, and I'm going to be very delicate with the way I say this, is Original Sin is doing a little bit more than what the other miniseries or the other events have done before. Original Sin already is going to introduce Angela as Thor and Loki's sister. So Odin's daughter.
Right.
And a 10th realm. So there won't be 9 realms anymore. There's a 10th, and that's where Angela's from. There was another person bitten by the radioactive spider that bit Spider-Man. Daredevil's mother being a nun.
What?
Yeah. And a whole bunch of other things that we don't even know about yet. And also Iron Man being responsible for what happened to Bruce Banner. Him becoming the Hulk.
Oh. Okay. I guess.
So, where, as a reader, and I know all of you guys are excited, oh my god, there's somebody else that was bitten by a spider. Oh my god, Angela's really a god.
Yeah.
And there's a 10th realm, or, you know, oh wow, Daredevil's mom was a nun, or something to that effect. I understand it's very exciting, but it's also thin ice. Because why was somebody else bitten after Pete was bitten, and now, only now, years after, is this person coming to light? And this is going to impact every single comic from this moment on. So it's not like, oh, this girl was bit by a radioactive spider. By the time Original Sin's over, we'll never see her again. No, we will. These are things that are going to forever be changed in the Marvel Universe. And by the way, guys, Family Business was announced at C2E2 that it is part of continuity. So, this did happen during continuity. This isn't its own story like we all believed it was. So, I would absolutely highly recommend, if you want to stay up to date, because they did mention that there might be a second volume, or things that happened here will play into Amazing Spider-Man. I would highly recommend you check this book out some way or another. I know one person won the digital code for this book, but guys, it plays into Spider-Man's continuity, and let's just hope that you know, it doesn't screw too much around. I mean, I know Marvel's trying to keep things fresh, but throwing more into the mix can either be a really good thing, it'll be really innovative, like, you know, or it could be really bad, like Marvel Now didn't do so good, so now we're in the all-new Marvel Now. And I'm not too much of a fan of now they're throwing events. It's like one event ends, start the next one. The next event ends, start the... We need a break. And I feel like DC's kind of doing the same crap. But we'll talk about that with DC in another video in another time. So until next time, guys, this was from Marvel. There'll be an annotation somewhere, or the next video is going to be DC Comics.
Yep.
So thank you guys so much for sticking around. Don't forget to check out Comic Related as well as ComicFrontline.com. Together we're your #1 source for comic related news, reviews, and a whole bunch more. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a comment below, and I will answer your guys' comments on this Friday's weekly comic book haul. Also, I started the Spotlight series. The episode 2 of the podcast is out. Check those out if you have the time. So, until next time, everybody, keep reading, keep collecting, and we will see you guys really soon in the next review. Take care, everybody.
Later, guys.